Hi everybody, it's still Frog Friday. I have a funny story to read to you. Earlier we read this story and we knew that that was an informational text, right? It was a non-fiction text. It was all information about frogs. This is a funny story and it's called Bubbles, Big Stink in Frog Pond. So I want you to look at the cover and look at what that frog is doing. He's making a face. How does he feel? He looks a little sad, right? And he's also not on all fours hopping around. He's standing up on two legs like a person. So when a frog in a story looks and acts like a person, is it fiction, a made-up story, or nonfiction? You got it, my friends. I think this is going to be a fictional text, okay? This is written by Ben Woodard and illustrated by Fran Rydell. Let's see what the big stink is in Frog Pond. What do you think it's going to be? Can you make a prediction from just the title? His name is Bubbles, and there's a big stink in Frog Pond. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's see if you're right. Bubbles wasn't happy. There was trouble in Frog Pond, and it was all his fault. Bubbles, please stop, the other frogs hollered. Bubbles, you stink. Bubbles, go away, said Groucho. So look, he's making bubbles in the water and he stinks. Excuse me. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bubbles, said Groucho. You've been bubbling the water since we were tadpoles. This has to stop. Then Shirley said, maybe you should try eating different bugs. So he did. There he is. The first week, he ate nothing but flies. Bloop. The second week, he ate nothing but grasshoppers. Bloop, bloop. The third week, he ate nothing but dragonflies. Bloop, bloop, bloop. The bubbles are still coming out of him. We can't stand it anymore, said Groucho. You and your bubbles have to go. They're chasing him out of the pond. Okay, fine, I'll go, said Bubbles. I don't care. But he really did. Later, Bubbles was dreaming of his friends when suddenly... Save me! Look out! Help! Bubbles frog kicked back to find... Boys catching frogs! Bubbles was so scared. He bubbled, the biggest bubble ever. Bloop! Yikes! My eyes are burning! Ew! I can't breathe! Phooey! Ugh! Run! They're running away from his bubbly stink. Yay! You saved us, Shirley said. Thanks, Bubbles, grumbled Groucho. Bubbles bubbled with joy until all the frogs yelled, P.U. Sorry, Bubbles, said Groucho. You must go. You still stink. That wasn't very nice. No, the rest of the frogs shouted. Bubbles is our hero. He can stay right here with us, said Shirley. I can, said Bubbles. And I have a plan for when I need to bubble. Like right now? What do you think he's going to do when he has to bubble? Hurry back, Bubbles. Look, he made a special place. What did he do? You know what that says? That sign says Bubble Zone. He goes there when he has to bubble. A special place, right? Bubble Zone. Well, that was a cute little story. It was kind of funny because it was about the frog bubbling and making a big stink in the pond. And the friends didn't understand until his bubbles helped save them, right? But you know what? The story had a problem in it, right? It started out with, what do you think the problem was? The problem was that he was making bubbles and he was making a big stink in the pond and nobody could stand it, right? And then what happened to change their minds about how he felt? They made him go, right? So how did it end? How did the problem get solved? He decided just to make a place to go bubble. When he had to bubble, he went to the place, and when he came back, he was fine. So he solved the problem. A simple little story and a funny little story. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Friday.